Runs while it all kind of runs together like Morning, Mr. Combs.
All right, calling the Goldsboro Borough Council meeting to order. Can you move out? Executive session was held immediately prior to this meeting to discuss information and strategy relating to the following litigation, Rockwell versus Goldsboro et al. I have an item here for a motion to approve settlement agreement.
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Reading of the minutes. The minutes are still in progress, so we're going to approve both of those at next month's meeting.
What was that again?
The minutes are still in progress, we don't have them tonight.
Oh, from next.
So we're going to approve them at next month. Citizen remarks. You want to come up to the podium, state your name and address for the record. Please limit comments to 3 minutes. All right. Police report.
Good evening. So for the month of July, Goldsboro we handled 100 incidents. Underneath the park, food fencing is domestic and a fight and a drug offense. All the incidents were 911 hang-ups, animal complaints, civil dispute, domestic, EMS calls, fire call, foot patrol, harassment, mental health, motor vehicle collision and portable, voice complaint, PFA information, service call miscellaneous, speed report data, device data, suspicious activity, suspicious person, suspicious vehicle, traffic hazard, and welfare. We did issue 8 citations, 13 warnings. That's all we had for the month of July. I just asked that you keep telling your residents to lock their vehicles while we haven't had a rash in the borough here. There has been areas around that have been hit by people getting into unlocked vehicles and taking their property. Also, like, if you know anybody that comes to you with a situation that they believe that they're being scammed, please report them to us. I'm in contact us before they send anybody any money. These guys are guys and girls, whoever these scams are, very, very clever. They disguise themselves very, very well. From a magnitude of different things, from emails to saying that, you know, they have information that you've disclosed photos or sent photos to, hey, your niece and nephew's in jail and they need money to get out. This is a whole bunch of them. We have a bunch of scams on our website that you can actually look at to see if yours actually matches that, but they're getting a little bit more creative, and there's a lot of individuals within the township and the other municipalities that are sending money, a lot of money. And I would say thousands, I'm talking 20, 30 thousands, they're just getting scammed. And unfortunately, at some point, it's hard to track the people that just is, especially when the money's being sent to different places and routed different ways, or being sent via Bitcoin, or most of the time it's gift cards, right? If they say the IRS that you didn't pay your taxes, and if you don't pay the IRS in like $2,000 in Walmart gift cards, it's probably a scam for some people.
2 officers that helped down at the fishing, the kids fishing, 2 weeks ago, a week or so ago. For the young man, very professional.
Good.
They were very nice. That handled it perfectly.
Awesome, glad to hear it. Anything else?
The speed device. That speed device they had, any information on that?
Yeah, last month I provided a little bit of data and said that we were gonna place officers in that area where, the device indicated that there was an issue in the roundabout timeframe, in which, we did. So we made, 21 stops right around that timeframe.
Wow.
That the device data indicated. We obviously can't put somebody there 24/7, but we were covering the areas in which the device said, hey, this is where we would have a potential issue for violations.
Good.
You still have officers patrolling the boat ramp? Fishing the boat?
We do. Typically, they're mostly during the evening hours because that's usually where the
Better time. Right.
individuals go down there to do different activities.
We had a meeting with the boat, fishing boat, they actually just hired fairly new cadets, so we will have some officers for the area, just to give you a heads up.
Yeah, I spoke to the individual that's in charge. I don't remember if he's a sergeant or lieutenant, and he said that he assigned somebody to our area, but they have like 2 or 3 other counties, so, you know, call if you need us, basically. Basically let them have the impression that there's not gonna be anybody in the area unless we call. But he did tell me they did have a recruit class that they were getting ready to graduate, and that hopefully they're going to assign somebody down to this area once they're trained. So,
She did say she would mention how they have it to you guys also, or maybe to the new cadets and all.
yeah, that would be great. It really would be. Sometimes they go down there and tear things up.
That's what we gotta prevent.
What, can you give us any kind of update on, where things are at with the township and the fire companies with your dealings with that? Is that, where that process
As
stands?
it relates to, I mean, the township, implemented a paid driver program,
Yeah,
which there is a paid part-time driver on duty from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, so essentially 50 hours a week. And that paid driver is tasked to go to the stations and inspect their equipment and make sure that everything's up to snuff, as well as respond to fire calls, driving apparatus.
so could he potentially be down here driving to Goldsboro or York Haven or?
Oh, absolutely, it could be. There's just a little bit of, I don't know, Chief, if you want to answer that. Essentially, he hasn't been trained on the rules.
He hasn't been, yeah, I'll elaborate further. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I was just curious what the process was.
Once that happens, you know, that falls in Chief's court. They were scheduled for all 3 fire departments to have training. And they were trained on 2 fire departments apparatus, they just weren't trained on 28s.
Okay.
So that's where that is. Is that what the court
Yeah,
wanted?
that's what I was wondering, I was just wondering.
As far as, the safer grant's still in play, all 3 fire departments are participating in that, and, providing they get the proper information forwarded to myself and Lieutenant Diddy, if they meet the qualifications for incidents or training, whatever, they would still be able to get that benefit, the reimbursement that we got from the FEMA grant, and we still have a grant that's, out there for radios. I'm hoping, that grant, whether it'll be approved or disapproved, will be in September, but that was written for all 3 fire departments as well. I think to the tune of, and the police department and EMA, but I believe it was to the tune of like $650,000, if I remember correctly, if it was approved.
Okay. Yep. So, thank you.
I need a motion to approve the police report.
Make a motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Fire department report.
We had 23 calls for the month. We had 2 in the 21 box, 18 in the 31 box, and 3 in the 27. Fire department has a website now up and running, Goldsboro28.com. It's posted out there. Received money. To elaborate further on the chief and the paid drivers coming down to get training, it's been difficult trying to get available individuals from within the fire department available during the time frame that they have them coming down and training, to get them trained. Now, keep in mind, these paid drivers are members of the fire department, and it was offered out to attend training in the evenings when we are available to get these paid drivers trained. So we're working on it and trying to get a schedule set up. Outside of that, that's all I have.
The problem is the money was only allocated for the paid drivers to work Monday through Friday, and no extra money was put in there to train during the evening.
In the evenings.
When the training was set up, it was put out there for all 3 fire departments. They all agreed on the dates, but there was some issues where 28 couldn't because they weren't members for the first batch. So that's where we sit on that.
Anything else for chief here for the fire department report? Hearing none, I need a motion to accept the fire department report.
Make a motion.
Second? All those in favor? Opposed? Mayor's report.
I'm gonna start off with the animal control contract for the borough. When that was signed, were we aware that it was for for domestic only? Okay. Who do we have handling non-domestic? Huh?
Police department usually gets called for non-domestic.
So if there's like 5 skunks in the borough?
The police are
And then they'll get whoever has to be here. I don't know who even get for non-domestic.
I have a contact number.
What is this guy called Hillcrest Critter and Pest Control? If he's not getting it done. It's on the treasury report.
Yeah,
It says Critter and Pest Control. He just got paid $250.
Except for the building.
yeah, that's the spray.
Critter and Pest
Yeah,
Control.
yeah,
Okay, so
That's for the building, yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
So the contract for animal control is only for domestic, and how long is that contract for? A year.
So he only gets paid $250.
Yeah.
Can we put somebody else in place that can renew those homes?
How's that process work? If I contact the police department and they contact animal control to come out, who's getting the bill for that?
We will.
Okay. So it would have been easier to probably just go with somebody handle domestic, non-domestic. Okay.
But there hasn't been any non-domestic problems other than cats. The cats have been less than this.
Will be a process.
Yeah, skunks are bad this year.
Yeah.
Bad everywhere.
And groundhogs, which is gonna be today.
Is there a way to put out in the newsletter what that goes out about weed abatement for the residents?
Yeah.
You can annotate that in the newsletter.
Wasn't there something about weeds? It was about blowing grass.
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about weeds. I'm talking, like around the telephone pole, I'm about ready to take it.
Next one won't go out till, I think it's October, right?
It'll still be there. But if something can be put out about that. Ordinance and resolutions, specific 208 South York Street. Phone call. That's been dealt with. Apparently there's a dumpster out front, so. we'll work on it. As far as other ordinances within the borough and residents violating, 4 of them I've spoken to already, and I know 3 of them have already cut their grass. So, going up and actually speaking to the residents,
Yeah.
it seems to be working, so. That's all I have is a report.
Weed abatement on the seams in the road, well, on East Broadway. on that road, there's weeds as high growing on the road. Who takes care of that?
That's Harriet's house.
No, down beside my house, East Broadway. Up where the tracks are straight down the river, that's East Broadway Street, and that is a borough street.
Is it on your property? Like, I guess it-
No, it's not on my property, it's on the street.
It's an old Banff Boatman Street.
What?
It's coming out of the street, you said?
I didn't use it.
It's coming out of the street.
Oh, yeah.
No one uses it, it's just that.
Yeah, but it's still a borough street. And it's horrible, it's the worst street in the borough. It's not paved, there's nothing. It's the worst street in the borough. If a street out here would look like that, what would you do? Repave. Then why isn't this part? We're not, Sean and I aren't asking to pave it the whole way down. We're asking to pave it to the edge of our driveway so we can get out. But there's weeds this high. I got pictures. I'm not gonna take the time up. I'm just letting you know. Well, is anything gonna be done about it?
Maybe it's hard to chip it.
Okay, whatever's been wrong.
You understand, it's not a heavy travel.
It's still a borough street.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So we'll, it's hard to chip it or something.
We have
Okay.
to watch spraying any kind of weed killer because of the river.
Yeah, you gotta stay with it.
What about we do something eco-friendly?
But it's not only that, it's the roads crumbling.
Oh,
So it
it's falling apart.
Needs to be sealed, so.
There's a lot of roads that are falling apart.
Yeah.
Putting them into shelters.
The only other thing I had was I spoke to Rudy about a speed limit sign up here on North York Street headed south. There is no speed limit sign. I know they're supposed to be placed at intervals of less than a half a mile.
Yeah.
Is there any way we, one sign up there?
Which one, north you said?
No, south.
Down south?
Yeah, you're on North York Street, you come up out of the borough or make a left.
Yeah.
There's no street sign, no speed limit sign all the way down through the square, all the way down to South York
That's
Street.
right, not to get almost to your place, it's first one.
But is there any way we can get a speed limit sign put up here?
Yeah, I mean,
There's a process you have to go through for the direction of traffic, and that's on the state, that's on the state road too, right?
yeah, it has to be, resolution or ordinance, or the police can't enforce it.
Yeah, and that I understand, but I'd like to see what we can do about starting the process of getting at least one sign up here.
If it's a state road, you have no control over it.
Actually, we do, because Rudy had stated to me that with that being a state road, and I can pull the email up,
It's,
we get fuel taxes from that.
it's private from here that way.
Yeah, but from, what is it, right here down, it's not, and, because what they're doing is they're coming up out of the alleys or from the club, and they're rip roaring all the way down through North York Street down to the square.
Yeah.
We don't have children that play signs put up, so.
If it's a borough road, the new process we would go through is conducting a traffic and engineering study. And
That was already done.
And then you would need an ordinance, and then you would establish
Well,
stop control device.
that here is actually a state road.
So if it's a state road, it's not your jurisdiction.
Well, I'd asked Rudy about it,
Yes,
and I can pull the email up.
yeah, no,
I mean,
it's a 35-mile-an-hour road.
yeah, but it's not posted. Nobody else knows
It's
that.
25.
35.
Coming
It's
off
30.
the hill, it's 25.
35-mile-an-hour.
Well, it's not posted till down past the pizza shop.
Right.
It says 25 mile an hour ahead of 45.
I know what the signs say, but it's a 35-mile-an-hour road. Lee took the 35 down and put 25s up. I was involved on what changing, that's why I know.
I guess bottom line, I'm just looking to see what the process can be done to start getting, at least to see about getting the sign put up here.
Yeah.
Because it's bad enough, we have children, I'm seeing kids rollerblade up and down the alley, you got people riding bikes. So,
Doug, we had a resident come in and complain about Peter Carly's place.
Yep. I've already dealt with, talked to Charlie about it. He, for, his mother's house closed on the or they closed on the house, sold the house. He vacated all the belongings from her house out of the property and is in the process of going through it. Now, per the Borough ordinance, household goods,
His house or?
he's got it at his property now, and that's why the dumpster's sitting out front. Or it should have been
There's
delivered.
some U-Haul trucks and I saw this.
They're gone. Correct, they're gone, and there should be a dumpster out front. So, You got one going northbound and nothing going southbound. And the one northbound is even covered by residence trees, which I'm kind of, yeah, which I'm a little concerned with because we have a speed limit sign that you can barely see because of the residence tree in his property, but it hasn't been trimmed back. So, I can go over and trim it back.
Just reach out to Rudy and see what we can do to do this.
I'm just concerned with the kids.
It's a lot more with the scooters and stuff running around and.
That's all I have.
Alright. Anything else from the mayor? Alright, need a motion to approve the mayor's report?
Make a motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? ELH and P report, and water company report?
We got them in your packet. So we had a world record, Goldsboro record electric usage for July.
Yeah. Well, I made sure we got that out there, everybody.
Yeah.
And let them just go for it.
Well, no,
Mine is up.
I didn't realize it was a record.
Well, it's hot.
And you guys are ready to get a motion to accept the ELH and P report and the water companies?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Alright, engineers report? Motion to accept the engineers report,
I'll make that motion.
second,
Second.
all those in favor? Opposed? Solicitors report. I don't have anything standalone. Alright, motion to accept the solicitors report,
I'll make that motion.
second,
Second.
all those in favor? Opposed? Building and ground, or committee reports, buildings and grounds, new tree to be planted outside the borough building.
Yes, the county is requesting every municipality to plant a tree. They come and plant them, we just gotta dig the hole for it. Have a choice between the white, what are they called, elms, no, not elms.
Bradford Bear? Bradford Bear?
What is it?
Is it a Bradford Bear? That's what we have.
No, it's these ugly white things like Dr. River Hill.
Dogwood?
No, that's what it's called. Anyways, I picked the top. Between those three trees, and that was the least.
Where's that gonna be planted?
Huh?
Where's that gonna be planted?
The only place I can figure is right out here, where the
Okay.
gas tanks above it grows about 95 feet, so.
Don't want to bother the generator.
Right.
You don't.
Just use it to fill in one of the holes down here where they took out the tree before,
Where do you mean?
down on East Broadway.
I didn't want to talk about it.
Use it to fill in that driveway.
Yeah.
So you think about the.
Who was the most
So we
popular?
picked the top. Anybody have any better ideas, let me know. I think it's next month.
Is this supposed to be done at the borough building, or is it anywhere in the borough, or?
This, so it's in the,
It's at the dog.
can't, yeah, watch this, it's gotta be visual, which is visual down there, I agree.
And the dogs would make good use of it.
Official part.
Just saying.
Yeah. Well, I thought about down there, but we wanna eliminate trees where we're,
Yeah, that's shady.
yeah, we gotta fix the trees.
Shade tree out here, shade tree
out here.
But we can go down to, when that don't work, everybody wanna do that?
I mean, how far the roots gonna go out, because Branson's building, that's like gonna be pretty permanent.
Yeah, not as bad as the other ones did. The ones
So
that,
it stays pretty,
yeah.
Maybe you should put it for the.
Yeah, I'd like to.
We can put other ones down there.
You guys, you wanna do it at the Borough building, don't you?
Yes.
That's what everybody thinks is fine with me.
So emergency management?
We had the county come up for a meeting, and we opened up the EOC, we walked around outside, showed them the antennas out here. Had discussions with them on, the restart of 3 Mile Island. And,
They gave us some advice as far as how many people that they would like to see, get involved with emergency management, so I'm gonna draft all council members for that. I need 5. And I'm in progress with scheduling to have them come up and check it's the Racy's radio stuff. It's not the radios like Doug's wrapped up with, it's the Racy stuff. It's basically the ham radio stuff. I'm working with them to come up and test our antennas from here upstairs and test our radio itself. And then they also asked me for a wish list. Apparently there's gonna be some money come available through Constellation to start a 3 mile that they would like a wish list from us, for what we need for radio stations to really.
And it's drill too, that drill that she had mentioned about.
Yeah, they're going to also start having some 3 Mile Island related drills coming up in the future as well.
They will not be using the sirens anymore. Or they will be going through the cell phones, online.
So that's all I got.
I'd like to go back to buildings and grounds, I'll get to finish. Buildings, where do we stand as far as these offices being built up, finishing this project? What's going on with that?
As soon as we get time to, I'll get back at it.
We can't just hire someone just to get it done, it's been going on around in years.
Well, it stopped because of the windows being put in.
Okay, grounds, where do we stand as far as the toilets being put up at the dog park and down here at Lee Fishel Field?
I've been talking to Basin about that.
What?
I've been talking to Basin about that. So
Okay, that's,
and also blocking off this door.
okay, I was just curious what was going on with these.
He's like,
I mean, up here's been going, seems like it's going on forever. I'm done.
Alright, finance? Not listed there. Planning? Nothing listed there. Recreation, thank you for everyone's participation in National Night Out. We have a Fall Fest planned for October 11th. We should start seeing some flyers and stuff on Facebook and the website. I believe there's some forms there to download.
that'll be the official form.
That'll be at the official park. Sanitation and sewer, nothing.
I want to get into something here like the sanitation and sewer. Are we able to adjust anything in the contract with Republic?
In the trash contracts?
My thing is with the recycle, being that we're a borough of 5,000 people, we do not need to recycle. And we've done a lot of research into that. 80% of the recycled materials does not even reach the recycle, it goes to the landfill. We got numbers broke down, I know we were getting a grant, the state gave, those boroughs and stuff grants. The last grant we got was in 2021, we got like 771.86, I guess, which was followed by Lee in 2020, but there shows nothing after that. So how much money can we save by dropping the recycling?
They should have come up and developed as specifications, because the specifications in the contract were put out to bid, and the Republic bid on them with that service included. So, contract is a contract from what was put out.
Well, I mean, I think it was kind of rushed, this is something we should have, looked into a little earlier, started this bidding process a little earlier. As far as putting these things together.
The trash company's not gonna, come out and say, well, you guys aren't gonna need, recycling done, so we're not gonna charge it. They're not in the business of doing that.
And that's saving them a whole extra trip coming out of the road, recycle.
We could attempt to engage them and see if that's something that they would be interested
I
in.
did, because I think we do that.
But there's no right to say, we're gonna cut off this service that we bid out to you, now you have to give us less money.
It should help them.
Yeah, there might be a benefit to that.
I think that this should have come up in the development specifications, because we did go back and forth several times, and the directive was just do the same service that we have now.
Who headed up the development and specifications?
The drafts were circulated.
Well, we did change that contract from previous because we wanted to have something in there on the performance that we could go back after.
That was
So it was development.
main
that happened
consideration.
for that.
can we still reach out to see if we can drop the recycling? I mean, that will save us money, that will save them money, that will save them time.
I think that, you might have luck with reaching out to whatever representative would probably be.
We're not gonna know unless we do it.
Right,
Or try.
Yes, but in terms of the contract that was developed, proposed for the specifications.
It's just amazing what you think is gonna be recycled, and it's not. I researched it a while.
Well, it comes back that they give us, $2 a ton, and I guess for the year it was like 386 ton. And, I mean, $800, I mean, that's not nothing, I mean, what are we paying? You know, I know it's not split up, it's not showing what we're paying for trash and what we're paying to get rid of recycling. But we can save the cost, because it does say we can save, lower collection, processing costs, avoid the tipping fees. There again, we could have avoided that. So there might be cost on it.
No, you don't double
Well,
track
the tipping
them all,
fees,
so pay
what's
for
that, the tipping fees don't go on the recycle, they go on the garbage.
Right.
Oh, it's mentioned in the recycle also.
You could also have them that they say the yard sign pick it up.
Because I know down Water Street, they back down and put the recycle and then they pull forward.
Yeah, but you will pay double for trash collection. They will pick 2 cans up for the same price.
Well, that would be certain residents. I mean, there's only, certain residents have more trash than everybody else. I mean, but still, if we get rid of recycle, that saves everybody a little bit. So, I mean, it's worth reaching out and see if we can.
You have a contract with them though, they could, you could say that, and then they say, okay, we won't pick it up anymore, and they don't have to give you anything. Because you have a signed contract.
Well, they signed it too.
Yeah,
Then
but
they're in
that still
violation.
doesn't mean that they have to, they agree to it whether you do it or not. This is what they're.
But it's an open discussion.
My entire point was that the specifications are the specifications in the agreement. You can reach out to them, gauge their interest, and if this is something that is mutually interest between the borough and the public, then sign an addendum to the contract changing the specifications.
They're still gonna take the same amount of weight. So,
They're gonna take the recycle weight.
what are you
It
gonna do
goes
with it?
into the trash. It won't be 2 separate things.
Right, but they're still gonna collect it.
Well, right, but it's
So
gonna
it's
be
still
the
get
garbage
weighed.
can.
It still get weighed when it goes into the landfill.
They're essentially gonna take away one can. That's all they'll do.
Yeah, they're still gonna take, what I'm saying is they're still gonna take the items.
What they give us a second
Now,
trash.
is the weight
That's,
of the
that's where it's
trash
confused
cheaper
and
than the
flipped,
recycling?
But it's not gonna go to the cost as far as separating it. You know, recycling one here and then the trash one
Yeah,
here.
but Ron, is the weight for dumping trash the same price as dumping recycling, the $2 a ton you were talking about?
That's what we don't know, that's what
Right,
we're
so
trying to
what they're
figure out.
saying is, if they're taking 300,000 pounds of trash, and then 2,000 pounds of recycling, now they're gonna be taking 302,000 pounds of trash. So that price is gonna go up, so I don't know how much you're saving if you don't know how much trash costs.
Well, this last thing was 2021, like I said, it came out, it was like 386 ton just in recycle,
Right.
not counting.
But now they're taking trash weight. It's still leaving the town, it's just going in the trash can, so now it's trash
Yeah,
weight.
Republic's
But
gonna
it's
have
gonna
to.
go to the landfill.
So I don't know how much the landfill costs per ton.
Yeah, Republic's gonna have to do something with it, so they're gonna collect it. They're gonna charge us to collect it.
They're only charging, well, they're only gonna charge us one time.
Right.
Cause I know now the garbage guy goes out, picks all the trash up, dumps that truck, comes back, picks up the recycling truck.
It's all based on specific, on weight.
Yeah. Wow.
So, there's a weight when it goes into the landfill. Each resident's allotted so much is what it's calculated on.
So like you said, it's still gonna be the same, but there again, we're saving the Republic a trip from coming out here again.
They don't care.
That's incentive to them.
I mean, they're.
Well,
still
they're
gonna
short
pay
on
to
drivers
do
and
it.
they can't get half the garbage and stuff, like they miss us for a whole week, I mean, that's gotta help them out. I don't know, that's my thought.
That performance. The performance, the dollar amount, that still gets me. That money's going in the general account, correct?
Yes, any
What are the intended purposes of the borough to do with that money if there's fees that are collected back off of their total performance?
It just goes back, there's no it just goes back to the general fund.
But it hasn't shown that we've gotten anything.
There's no credits, there's no rebates, there's nothing. So the money's coming from Republic, or is the money gonna be reduced?
No,
For the cost?
the money would come from Republic.
Okay.
Alright, streets and highways, electric utility and water company.
Down the property out here, I do the transportation. They want to get electric, Med-Ed won't do it. He told them to do Goldsboro to see about getting it. We had to get right of it.
Is this the property that I reached out about for?
Across.
Yeah.
Across the road.
I sent an email asking what exactly they wanted to use it for and where would the point of interconnection be, so I
It's
still,
a full one, and it's right there where the yellow gate is.
so is the point of interconnection within the borough?
No.
No, the connection not. I don't want to say
The
it.
pole.
We got to cross the stream. And then we got to go up.
Because the point of interconnection would not be within the borough, this would be one of the situations that I outlined previously of you want to avoid providing electricity beyond your municipal boundaries without.
We do 2 houses up there now. We provide sewer to 3-4 houses up
So
there.
the reason being is that you don't wanna do it in advance of filing a petition with the Public Utility Commission saying, these are our circumstances of the unique nature of the entities not being able to provide service to this area and us being located in this certain proximity. Can we provide this service without you interpreting it as providing public utility service so that we're not subject to your jurisdiction? So I'm not saying that we can't do it, I'm saying there's an order of operations that should be followed to make sure that you don't get subject to the jurisdiction of the PUC. So that, I believe, would be in coordination with the property owners, letting them know that that's something you all would have to get in advance, and they should bear that cost, not you.
Oh, yeah, they're gonna bear it, yeah.
So
They're gonna bear most of the cost of doing electric too.
I'd like to follow up with that a little bit more, just so that I can give an approximation of what that might look like. Because we've done those petitions many times before with,
I can give you their name and number.
because it is a situation that comes up regularly, especially with more rural communities where there's certain difficulties in providing service.
Yeah, I think, Med-Ed's last poll's a quarter-mile away.
Okay. Yeah, we want something from them in writing saying that we don't, or can't provide service to this property, and certain other things that we would include in the petition.
And God knows that his property is in Goldsboro. So.
Yep.
He does pay taxes in Goldsboro, so. You not follow on that.
Yep.
Alright, so next we have water meters being replaced.
That's, we have no point completely done now. I'm working on the side and, overlook.
Zoning.
No.
Alright, need a motion to accept the committee reports?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Alright. We have here under unfinished business, motion to withdraw participation in Marshall Rec.
Yeah, that ends here in September.
Yeah,
I
that
don't know
came,
if it's the end of September.
so that came up because I put a reminder in the calendar for
Yeah, I was
last
trying to
year
remind you of that.
because of the timings that are in place with that agreement. So this, I've drafted a letter, I've given a copy to Charlie. We need this approval at the public meeting because the letter has to be sent within 48 hours after our approval here. So that's ready to be sent as long as this is approved, and
I'll make that motion to withdraw.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but we're gonna are we gonna come up with a plan on what we're gonna do with the residents that take advantage of the rec? I believe it was mentioned at one time, well, not Fairview, but, Newberry Township, they reimburse or do something.
Like, I think we said,
We need to come up with that, that's something we're gonna do.
Yeah, you pay so much, whether we're a member or not, each person say pay so much.
Right,
But with not being a member, you pay more.
right,
So Newbury pays that difference.
right. Are we gonna do that? We need
Where we
to
said we were gonna
discuss
do
that, I think.
Where we said we were gonna do it,
Yeah.
When,
back a year ago.
when are we gonna do it?
When, what?
We need to draft something up and let the residents know what's going on. You just can't say we were gonna do it.
That will be for next year, because you're still currently
Okay.
members right
By
now.
the way, the meeting's tomorrow night.
What's that?
The meeting's tomorrow night for Rick.
Thank you for reminding me.
You gotta go. You gotta do
What?
that. You gotta do that.
I have to go? No, I don't.
I thought he was the rep. You have to tell us, you have to tell them that we're not
I
interested.
just told you what was going on.
You gotta tell them.
Alright, moving on.
You wanna go with me?
Yes, please.
I'm in the middle of making a motion to withdraw
Sorry.
West Shore Rec.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Post.
Alright,
See, I don't gotta go because we just voted for.
well, technically, still members for the end of the year.
You still got it.
You still have to go.
I'm not going.
Then we get fined.
Alright, councilperson's comments. Mike, anything? Ron?
I just wanna bring up, we did have the meeting with the, Fish and Boat Commission. I'll let Doug fill you in a little bit on it, what they're offering us.
The offer's been put out, other boroughs and municipalities have done this, where they enter into a no-cost lease, through the state, which allows, that borough or municipality, some leeway with what can be done, what can be, worked on. If there's, like, if the plans were to erect a pavilion down there, we would coordinate through the state. It does open doors up for grant, the ability to apply for grants down there, recreational grants and all. But it would encompass, we would actually, they would still have the individuals come out and, clear, the grass, mow the grass and that kind of stuff, remove the trees. One of the things that we were, heavily discussed was the ability to, bank fish, fish from the banks instead of the docks, where they're putting boats in and that kind of stuff. I did follow up regarding the boat down there. She's gonna see what she can do on her end. She did get back to me and getting the boat that's abandoned down there removed. But outside of that, you know, I don't know if that's something the borough would be interested in wanting to look into, to offer up other ability, you know, the ability to, as like Parks and Rec, you know, hold fundraisers down there, fishing tournaments, carnival, whatever.
Yeah, we
And
don't
the-
want to do anything like that down there.
And that would give us the ability to do that. We would get into it further, but I mean, you know, any money that's raised off that could go back into the property, you know, and help keep it.
So they're saying they're going to continue to cut the grass and maintain the property, but it would be a no-cost lease for us if we wanted to use it. Is that what you're saying?
It's an agreement.
If we put trash receptacles, we'll be responsible for emptying them, things like that.
But-
Porta potties, we're not sure about, she was checking into that.
With the floodplain and stuff.
What about liability?
I was just gonna say insurance.
That's through them. If we hold any fundraiser events, we would have our own insurance.
My concern, or my question is, they're doing a piss poor job of cutting the grass now and maintaining that property.
Well, since I was on the news, when they came down 2 weeks after that, there was a lot more cut.
Yeah, they butchered the heck out of
I
it.
think we would agree.
What's that?
The same holes are in the road.
Yeah.
Same logs are, and flood stuff is all still piled up.
But it's like it opens, here's the other thing too, it opens up an open dialogue with the state to be able to go and coordinate with their people that come down to actually go and say, okay, we're looking to get this stuff removed. Can you help us out, do this, or bring the equipment down, that kind of stuff. I mean, it just opens dialogue. It's either that or we just let it go and just keep continuing to complain about it.
Well,
I mean, you know, that's what we could do.
Chipping part of that, and they could fix all that.
They can't chip in. Oh, they can.
Yes, they can chip
It's
it.
It's okay, I'm sorry, in the floodway, yeah. I was
My
sincere about that, but.
My biggest concern down there is, it certainly appears not to be very well maintained.
Right.
And I'm not looking at the borough to take upon the financial responsibility of having to do that.
Well, there is a financial responsibility. There's people willing to pitch in and go down and weed whack and mow themselves or whatever, and they clear cut.
Okay, well, that's just my thing. Unless
How they were gonna
be the line,
Right, there's
and
people
all
that
that
have
stuff.
come forward to do
Told
that.
the lawyer Liz that they, 1 year, so they're either gonna lose the electric or come in and maintain the trees there.
Yeah, because they're growing right back now.
Yeah, we had a discussion because of the dead trees that are down there. She said they have a machine, I guess with a claw or something that they can't get over the tracks because it will destroy the machine. But I also told her that Huntsburg had a barge down there, so if they could get over the tracks at the other end and even bring the barge up to the boat ramp, they could come in that way.
Yeah.
So that's.
I'm pretty sure I shut the electric off, if they don't get the cut. It was off for a year and a half last time.
I'd like
5 years ago.
I'd like to review a copy of the lease, if that would be okay.
I'll send it to you.
And then I'd be happy to be looped into whatever
This
communications you
this
have.
is the sample lease that she
Yes.
sent from the municipality that they're working with. It allows us to, like the back area, we can gate that off, certain hours. It is fine down there now, 10 to 6, nobody's back there. There used to be a gate that somebody said was knocked down. That can be repaired, and we can close it, open it, at those times or whatever.
Who's gonna build and repair that? The fish commission?
I would gate my house.
Well, again, keep in mind, there's grants available that we can, that we, the Parks and Rec and apply for. I've submitted enough grants right now as it is, that I wouldn't have a problem with taking something like that on as a burden. It's either that or, again, like I said, we just sit here and continue to
I'd
complain
like to
about
see
it.
the fish commission maintain their area first, so
Send that.
Yeah, we already paid taxes for them to do it.
why don't we send them a certified letter telling them they have to clean up their area?
Yeah.
We'll go from there.
Everybody else agree to that?
Also, I think it would be helpful to just loop me into whatever first,
Well-
I could have some back and forth with them, that might be,
All right.
give some progress.
Two things, one, I sent the PennDOT letter to you, and two, I just sent you the copy of the lease with the point of contact for, chief of real estate for for PA, fish, or boat and fish.
Thank you,
I can give you Liz's number, she's the attorney for the fish commission.
sounds good. All right, Rob? Bill?
Nothing.
Will? Citizens remarks, if anyone, any citizens have any more remarks, please come up to the podium, state your name and address for the record, please limit comments to 3 minutes.
I live at 220 South York Street. I just want to ask the mayor to clarify the performance standard that we were talking about, because I think what you were trying to say, I'm now interested in. For the trash, the performance standard, if that money's going back into the general fund, and y'all indicated that the Republic is paying it, shouldn't that money come back to us?
I'm gonna defer to council on that.
Shouldn't that money come back to me? I paid it.
So
So if they don't pick up my trash, shouldn't I be getting
the
the credit?
borough's finding, basically through the contract, the borough's finding, Republic.
That's correct.
Typically, fines aren't generally just distributed back to residents when people get stopped for speeding and stuff. It all goes to the general fund.
But I'm paying Republic.
You're paying for the service that they provide, which is the pickup of trash and recycling. So when they're not delivering on the level of service that the borough put out to bid, there are now enforcement mechanisms within that contract for the borough to fine them.
And so what does the council plan to do with that fine money?
It goes in, it's planned to go into the general fund. There's no pre-marked use for it because there's no telling what it could be. It could be $0.
$0. We don't have a separate fund for trash.
So maybe we should talk about maybe setting up a separate fund for trash, because I kind of am starting to see what's being said and being asked about these fines.
So,
Because I'm paying, I get it, the town pays the trash company,
if,
and we get the fines, but we've also talked about the trash goes up, the electric goes up, because other people aren't paying their bills, and the general fund is covering that. So what I hear you saying is that fines that Republic pays is now gonna pay or 123 Main Street that didn't pay their trash or their electric bill. And I don't know that I'm very pleased with that, so.
So, if they missed one day, it's, what, $100?
I don't have it in front
I
of
don't,
me, yes.
I think it's $100. So, to split that between how many residents?
You mean how many houses?
I get it, I
You're talking 50 cents a quarter.
Actually, for 964 residents, it's $7.62 for $7,000 on a fine.
Right, and
Well,
so,
that's a whole week, but if they only miss a day, that's pennies on the dollar.
Last time they missed a week. So what's gonna stop them from doing that again after the
It
new?
would
tax?
almost certainly be more expensive administrative.
Well, what's just saying, where's that money gonna go?
I was
In the
bringing to
general
light that I didn't
Right.
realize a lot of what these questions were, so that's just, I'm just bringing it to light to understand what it is, so it's a fine.
It's a
It
fine,
goes into
and the
the general
administrative
fund.
costs would probably outweigh the cost of the fine.
Right, thank you.
Council, Chris Naze, 604 Hill Point, just to discuss the Republic thing. Could you please not do that? So, with recycling and trash, I have 2 bins, I got a ton of kids, so I go through a ton of trash, recycling included. So if you take away the recycling, you're just gonna take away that bin. My kids go through a gallon of milk a day, and that's a lot of trash. And my wife goes through Amazon just as fast, so I try to burn cardboard, but still there's a lot of trash. So the recycling helps that. Every single week, like my trash bins are kind of, over full, and they do take that, but yeah, taking away recycling that.
We do have that with a number of houses in the borough that have kids and stuff, they do have more trash. That's why they put the extra cans, well now, all of a sudden, 2 weeks ago, they put the stickers on the can, we're not taking this can anymore.
Oh, driving nuts.
Because you're supposed to pay for another can or something like that. Recycle, like you're saying, cardboard, you're better off the burn, because it's not the cardboard they're recycling. They can recycle certain items, and it only depends on what Japan or whoever's buying at the time. But
No, honestly, I don't mind that. Personally, if I miss a trash day, I'm like screwed. So the recycling helps just kind of divvy out all the damn trash that my kids are gonna like.
Put more trash in your recycling too.
Well, no, I'm actually putting in recyclables, but I'm saying like those gallons of milk.
It helps you with your trash. Just leave the powder nuts. Just messing with it.
Yeah, okay. I'll let you give my kids some powdered milk, how that works out. Yeah.
It's between $7 and $9 a week for trash, you guys figure it out. Which one goes?
$7 and $9 a week.
$7 to $9, depends if it's 5 weeks or 4 weeks a month,
Okay.
is what you're paying for trash.
Right, and taking $1 off to get rid of recycling, personally, I don't think it's worth it. Even I understand some people don't go through as much trash, but coming from, I guess, the residents that have a ton of kids, they're not gonna like that.
So residents like him, how much is it for him to have an extra trash can?
They don't allow it.
Well, I thought somebody said you come to the office and you pay for extra garbage.
No, I went through that, they don't allow it.
Never be sure, and I've asked to get an extra bid just temporarily while I cleaned out the garage, and they told me no, that our contract is not allowed.
Contract's a contract, yep.
Yeah.
Ton of kids, sorry.
No, just didn't clean out the garage, I just.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I just did it temporarily.
Right.
They told me no.
It's not to the point where I would find it, just to get, because I missed a day.
I was gonna ask you later how you handled them not coming that Monday.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't imagine.
Yeah.
Ours was overflowing, and it's just.
If you put an extra bag or something out, they will take it. But
It's
more hand
So there are some changes with the trash contract, as far as how many cans, what type of cans, how many bags, etc. So we'll put a post out, highlighting those. in the trash contract as far as what bins they'll take, what bins they won't take, how many bags you can put out. We'll try to highlight that in the post here in the next couple days before the end of the month, and, put that out to you all.
That new contract begins in September, by the way, that's when it starts.
That'll help, so people know that.
Also, before you guys complain a whole lot, really think about $9 a month, for them to come in front of your house, pick up just about every damn thing you can set out there.
Oh, yeah.
Big item, trash cans, recycle bin, $9 a month.
It's
Where else
not-
are you gonna
Yeah,
get
now we
some?
gotta work on getting, now we gotta work on getting people to call about their big items instead of having to sit on the porch, on the sidewalks.
Oh, they tell you where to put them.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. But our town is like crap, there's furniture everywhere. I think I'll just start calling, giving addresses every week to get people's crap picked up. Josh at the bank has had a couch there for 2 months.
Is it still there?
Yeah,
Because he doesn't call in.
yeah, that's what I said, I'm ready to just walk around and call people's big crap in. Cause you drive down through town and it's embarrassing where you live because it looks like a shithole.
Pen waste that in the front too, you gotta call.
Yeah, that's the same everywhere.
I feel like that's the standard now.
Yeah.
Regardless, you know, I was just saying, maybe think about us residents with daytime trash, because, you know.
I don't think it's gonna happen, get rid of this stuff. I will.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Watch out for the pole.
Yeah, there's a hole in the trash can.
Anybody else for, citizen remarks?
Can I just add something to what he was saying about trash? They, I don't know if it's realized, but I actually called the company. I've only been here like a year and a few months, and I only came from up the hill. I never had any of these issues with the trash. So I called, because we put out a bulk item, and our bulk item was put out. Called, okay, it's gonna be picked up. My neighbor did the same thing. It sat for 4 weeks. So I called for him. And I said, you know, my neighbor, blah, 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 because mine actually did get picked up that time. So I called and I said about my neighbor, and I gave him his name, and they said, oh, there's a note here, it says it wasn't there. And I said, oh, it was there, I saw it, I lived right next to them, it was there. Called again, the next time it didn't go, they said, oh, well, now it's too heavy, we only have one person that can lift something. To me, that's not my problem, it should have been picked up at the appropriate time, and it would not be too heavy from getting wet. They do not care. They do not get out of that vehicle. There's one driver. They pick up your little can and off they go. If someone had said you could put a bag out, go ahead. It will not go anywhere. It will sit next to your.
Set it on the ground, you can't.
Yeah, I don't care what you put out there. It does not leave. It has to be in that one item. They told me there's one driver per truck and they do not get out.
Well, now this brings me back to the performance. You call up, ask them to pick up. It's a week later, they don't come and pick it up. Is there a recourse to that?
That would be up for determination, and I don't have the answer to that.
Is that part of the performance?
Yes, so without having it in front of me, my gut would be yes, because the failure to perform the services that they could and provided to the borough. So failure to pick up is probably what it would fall under.
With that being put out on the webpage, I as a mayor and a resident would like to request a copy of the contract and the performance.
I think it would just be easiest to just put it on the website, if people are interested, it's there, it's.
Because it's obvious you got a lot of people asking questions and concerns.
You hear that?
I'm sorry.
They were talking about the performance in this new contract
Yes.
and how individual items, he's going to verify and make sure that they're part of that penalty. So they have recourse, they have a slap on the wrist of something.
So if there's an issue, who would the homeowner?
So moving,
Contact the borough office.
yes, moving forward, it would be best to document each instance of failure to pick up, so that the borough has a record that they can cite to whenever it reaches out to Republic to say, this is what you were deficient in, and this is the fine we're assessing pursuant to the terms of the agreement. So documenting that with the borough would be best.
Do you want photos or just
I
writing?
would document them at the time and the day that you
And the
call.
person you
Okay.
talk to.
Yes.
Name,
I
date.
already called where they dump the bin and they don't dump all of it, it's half still in there, and I called where like, oh, well, when the the truck picks it up, it compresses, so sometimes it squeezes what's in there, and they only take half of it. And I was like, how, remember that dog? I'm like, oh, there's many times where
Yeah,
it's
it sticks
only
on them, I agree.
half dumped.
Yeah, yep.
So-
I'm going around looking at it.
That happens too.
I put real heavy stuff in the bottom.
You know, it's my recyclables that always are half.
Just real quickly, what was your name and address for the record?
Stacy Miller, and I'm 119 North York Street.
Thank you.
Alright.
Alright, so,
Yeah, one more.
I'm sorry.
It was back, earlier in the meeting, Kevin Kramer, 605 Point Drive. The road out here, is it 25 or 35 miles an hour? What are the police enforcement?
I sure it's 35 without asking.
PennDOT has it marked at 35, the borough had it marked at 25 for the study, and then it's
There's
done
no
in
ordinance
2000.
There's no ordinance to cover 25 miles an hour.
And if it's a state road, it doesn't matter anyhow, because the state said it.
So what if the police enforce 35?
I don't know what they enforce.
If it's a state road, they'll enforce whatever the state has there.
There's only one sign in the whole borough, so I'm sure they don't go by that sign. They go by what the state has that we're accepting.
Everybody's asking, like, if we get pulled over there, or they say, hey, you're going 35, we're gonna be like, dude, that's the speed limit, like,
Yeah.
they say, well, it's
25, they don't, even if they did 25, you gotta be over 35 for them to stop.
Yeah, you have to do a 37 or 38, you can make work in time.
Yeah.
And if it's marked at 35, you gotta be doing.
Yeah, 47.
47, 48, right?
So just remember that, it's 35 and 47.
So, new business, the job announcement and application are posted on the website and the Facebook page, for the borough manager's position. It's also been put in Town Live, under classifieds. All qualified interested individuals are invited to apply.
That's a special one, the Penn Live, does that go to New York also, or does that stay in Harrisburg?
It's all over.
It goes to New York too?
Well, that's for the legal ones, I don't know about the classified. Because it's not a legal posting.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
And that's something we gotta watch.
Big classified, I'm not sure.
Try to check on that if it's just Harrisburg, just. The acceptance of council member's resignation, Melissa Dunchak has resigned, stating family and personal reasons. So if any council has a nomination, we'll be taking nominations. If not, then we'll take nominations next month.
I would like to nominate Jeannie. I think she'd be a good one.
I'd like to nominate Samantha Smith.
Okay. Is there a second for the Jean?
So first, let's vote to accept the resignation first, because that will start your time to
Make a motion to accept the resignation from council.
Okay, is there a second? All those in favor? Opposed?
Okay, so now you have 30 days to make an appointment. And to be clear, Melissa's term ended this year, so the appointment that you would make would just be to the municipal election, because that seat will be on the ballot. So it will be a relatively short period of time, but you do have 30 days to make that appointment.
It will be through the end of the year.
January.
Yes,
Yes,
the clock turns over
Jean's
the
footage
first
of it.
Monday in January. But there are, it's 28 days between this meeting and your next meeting, so you also have the ability to make the appointment at your next meeting.
Okay, so nominations.
I'm gonna stick with Jeannie.
Do we have the ability to hear from the nominee that are here?
It's not required, but we can.
Well, like you said about Sam, the only problem with Sam is she works Mondays. That's why she doesn't attend the meetings.
Right, but she is on the ballot for fall.
Yeah, right, but
It's-
how's she not gonna be able to attend the meeting? That's my thing, she'll be on the ballot regardless, but she's supposed to be changing her hours or something over there.
Right, she's also an employee, I don't know if she's gonna maintain.
No, she'll be able to wait.
Yeah, she'll have to stop.
Yeah, she knows. So we do nominate Sam in there, how's that gonna affect next year with her being? Is that gonna affect her? She'll still be able to have a seat?
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
like, okay.
Yeah, it's just putting her on
Right.
sooner. So
I don't know if she made arrangements over there or not.
She-
So if we put her in there, and she hasn't made arrangements.
she can always turn down.
Are we okay to hear from Jean?
What's the matter?
I think there's no reason.
Do you feel comfortable being a player, giving a quick resume and?
I'm Jeannie Levittown, 22 North Grove Street. I've lived in the borough for 22 years. Seen a lot of people come, go. I'm just, my thing with wanting to get on council is to be a part of making our community better, our town better, for the residents, for the kids. Just overall, communication is key, working together just to try to make our community a better place, our town a better place. Like I said, the more people you have that care about it versus having a seat where the seat sits empty, I just like to be here, be present, give my opinion for somewhere that I've lived for 21 years that I've seen decline over the years, and I'd like to build it back up to where it was when I first came here 21 years ago.
I will second her mom's nomination.
All right, is there any other nominations?
Why nominate Sam?
Okay, is there a second? I'll second Sam.
You go in the order in which they were given, so I'll start with Jeannie.
So all those in favor of Jeannie?
Aye.
Opposed?
I gotta think about this.
No,
If Samantha can't,
If she, correct me if I'm wrong, if she wants to get appointed as council, she does have to step down, correct?
For employment,
Yeah.
I think they're out.
Is she aware of that?
yep,
We just need somebody to fill a seat for a couple months.
but I would,
I'm gonna oppose Jeannie, nothing personal.
I'm not
Because
Jeannie.
Sam's on the ballot.
I'm going with Jean.
Opposed?
Yeah, I'm opposed.
and I'm opposed.
Okay, so that's 3-3, motion does not carry. There's no real functional difference, I think, to do it at the end of this meeting or the start of your next one, because, there's only a handful of meetings left, but I think you're still free to potentially vote on Jeannie at your next meeting as well.
Well, I think we can do it.
Because you don't have votes, it's 3-3.
It's 3-3, can't.
I break the vote tonight.
That's true, sorry, I did not think about the tiebreaker. Yes, Mayor Sarah is the tiebreaker. Let me just make sure it's fairly simple, that's the case in terms of appointments as well. Yes. So you do have the ability to serve as tiebreaker, either now or at the next meeting, whatever is the preference.
I vote yea.
So then, Jeannie, you would then fill the seat for the remainder of the term. Technically, you're on council now, but you have to do the oath, be sworn in, and then we'll need a resolution as well. But yes, congratulations.
You got some more?
Thank you.
I have a question. Are we gonna have to fill the vice president's seat? Do we need to elect the vice president?
That should be a resolution too.
It's not a resolution, it's kind of Robert's Rules of Order, so you could reorganize as well. That's,
But under the reorg, that requires a resolution.
Next meeting,
I don't believe so.
Every year when you do a reorg, well, reappointment. Oh, that's because you, well, yeah, no, you're right.
So if we don't appoint a vice president,
It'd be the,
who's gonna run the meeting if Matt's not here?
Will.
Who's the pro temp?
He did.
Who's the pro temp?
These are all organizational items for you to, like, follow Robert's Rules of Order. It's not statutorily prescribed that, the next person has to, run the meeting. So I think what would be easiest here is that we'll do the oath for Jeannie at the next meeting with the signed resolution, for the appointment, memorializing that, and then we can do a reorganization at the beginning of the meeting to establish, president, vice president for the remainder of the year.
Don't we have a pro temp? We did one when I was on.
What? Have what?
It would be a pro temp. That would be the person after the vice president that would take over. You never had one of them?
I don't know if we've ever established one, I don't remember.
Yeah,
There was one there when I was there.
Yeah, be back to the first. I'm not appointed president, but I don't
Whoa.
We can do that next month.
The pro temp every council meeting I had.
The pro temp was, Paul Charles.
Yeah, but when he left, they should have put another one in.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they did,
It was always a pro temp.
Treasurer's report. Anything for the treasurer's report?
the holiday design, did we order more snowflake
Yeah, for out on the new poles.
out of the hill?
Yeah.
I already asked about the critter guy.
Not the west.
Critter guy.
What's that? Does he have a mullet?
Hearing nothing, I need a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
Make that motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Alright, presentation of the bills.
I'd like to make a motion to pay the bill.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No announcements, I need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
What?
Every time I see you, I said something stupid.
I tell you.
I know. But actually, spelled out in a separate section for marriage.